What's up, everybody? Today we'll be looking at the top 5 melee DPS in the Alchemist code. Now, why exactly are we just looking at melee DPS? Well, it's a strategy RPG. For different maps, you need different units, you need different roles filled. Sometimes you need physical damage, sometimes you need magic damage. That's why looking at specific class of characters is a lot more helpful in determining what's good and what's bad. Not every unit can be used for every situation. So what are the criteria we're using? We're using power. This is namely, how good are they at their role? So how good are melee DPS at doing damage from melee? Their versatility. Usually what else they offer outside of being a melee DPS. And lastly, availability. A lot of a unit's power can be locked behind job 2, job 3, and if that unit is not readily available, then what's the point, right? Again, not everybody's a whale. So number 5, we have a limited collab unit, and that's why she's so low on this list, is Shayna. Now Shayna is only a melee DPS in her third job as a holy brawler. But her being a ranger and an archer make her versatility score shoot through the roof. You can literally use her for almost every situation where you need physical damage, since she can do damage both from melee and from range. And while she doesn't get all the benefits of sharpening focus from her when she's in her ranger class, it still increases her damage by a shit ton. Shayna's on this list for her sheer versatility. She can be a melee that casts some range spells, or she can be a range that just destroys things. Again, she's kind of an aberration, and the fact that she's a limited unit is why we're putting her so low on this list. Number 4. Okay, there's a lot of holy brawlers on this list. I'm sure that's not surprising to anybody. But I swear, it gets interesting. But at number 4, we have Yomi. Again, Yomi being a holy brawler and having access to that sharpening focus makes her do incredible damage, while being incredibly tanky at the same time. But one thing she has over the other holy brawlers is her access to ninja step. Being able to move that one extra slot or have that one extra jump lets her move so far around the map and actually get that damage out. But she is a job 3 holy brawler, meaning you do have to pull quite a few copies of her to actually get her there. And her job 1 and 2 are frankly quite lackluster. Number 3. Free Balt herself, Masamune. Now, what is there not to like about Masamune? She was a freely farmable level 85 unit. She has access to 2 P attack passives while having an insane amount of dodge for being a twin blade swordsman. So, yeah, what's not to like about her? She has great agility. She also can move around the map pretty well, and she does a shit ton of damage. What's not to like? The only thing that you can hold against her is that if she doesn't dodge, she dies pretty quickly. Number 2, Shayna Bay herself. She is a job 1 holy brawler, meaning if you pull her, she's immediately usable. Again, we'll just stick with all the things that we said about holy brawlers before. They're tanky, they do damage, and they have decent mobility. What's not to love? So, time for our honorable ninjas. Again, ninjas are usually valued for the passives that they offer, mainly that being Ninja Step. But Suzuka and Magnus are both probably the best ninjas in the game. Again, they're only really good when they get to their job 3s. Magnus not even having access to ninja till job 3, and Suzuka needing that passive from Dark Cavalier. But when they get that, These two are the most versatile units you can have. Ninjutsu base gives you access to Golden Bind, while their sub skills are fantastic. Suzuka, having DC as a sub, lets her do insane damage, while Magnus, having Machinist as a subclass, lets him attack from range. These two ninjas will not let you down, and if you have access to them, you should be using them. Now our number 1 slot. Who's gonna get it? I actually couldn't decide. It's the two gods themselves, Lucian and Zangetsu. Now, why are these guys at the top of their list? The main fact is that they're farmable. Even if you just pull 1 copy of Zang or 1 copy of Lucian, in 2 months' time, you two can have a J3 Lucian and a J3 Zangetsu. Now, Zangetsu gets a little bit more of a bump now because he does have that master ability, but that's at level 80. But why are these guys here? The main reason is that, first of all, Zangetsu lets you cheese almost any map, but he does require you to have a Chronomancer, or lots of Chronomancers. Infinite Chronomancers. Lucian, on the other hand, is a one-man army. Being a holy brawler, he has great HP, he has great damage, great mobility, but he also has access to Beast Tamer, meaning that he has fantastic agility too. Lucian is a one-man army. I mean, both of these guys are. And the fact that they're 4 stars is kind of mind-boggling. Again, when looking at this list, availability was something that I really valued highly. It's really hard to use a tier list when you don't have all the units available to you. But again, just to round out, number 5 we have Shayna, who is the odd one out, mainly because she was on the list because she can go ranged. She punches you and then she pulls out her bow, and snipes you? But she's not a sniper. Whatever. Number 4, Yomi. Number 3, Masamune. Number 2, Shayna. And number 1, the gods themselves. The 2 units I could not decide between, Lucian and Zangetsu. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And hopefully, I'll see you soon.